March with a broken orbital bone. And after the Game 2 loss, he posted on Instagram that he was sick and tired of being babied. Sixers coach Brett Brown said Embiid did some contact work at practice Tuesday and passed the eye test. Shannon, what's going on here?
What's going on is that the Sixers are being cautious. But as I look back at it, Skip, I don't think they're being overly cautious. Joel Embiid is 1 day past. He had the surgery, Skip, on March 31st. Here we are, April 19th, April 20th? Yeah. April 19th. So basically about 3 weeks. 1 day over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Skip, I had this very injury. Let me give you a little context. Skip, when I went to the surgeon, and he was the eye surgeon that was going to perform my surgery, he explained it to me like this. He said, Shannon, it was like you were in a bar fight, and a guy kicked you directly in the eye with his boot. I had a complete blowout of the orbital wall. So in other words, your eye sits...
Point to the orbital. It's
up on here.
It's the bone below your eye.
Right.
Right. It's. Would you call it your cheekbone? I guess it's
no,
part of your
it's part of your cheek, but it's your eye. This is your eyeball, and it sits on the floor, just like this.
Yeah, it's below your eye.
I had a complete blowout.
Yeah.
So they had to go in through the roof of my mouth, put a plate in. My eye sits on that now. So that's what he's done. Now I missed the last 3 weeks, Skip. Didn't play. So he's 1 day past 3 weeks. Now, I ended up playing in the Pro Bowl, but that was a total of 7 weeks. Okay. If you look at this, Skip, and the way they've handled this man's injuries, there's a great chance. There's a 90% chance he does not play in round 1. There's a great chance that that's the way it's going to be.
Are you rooting for that?
No, I'm not rooting. I'm just telling you how it is, Skip, because I'm telling you now, I had the exact same injury. Now, I don't know if he had a complete blowout, but I had a complete blowout. And at 3 weeks, I did not play. He's 1 day past 3 weeks. So the likelihood of him playing in Game 3 or Game 4 is very, very minimal.
So 2 days ago, what did Joel Embiid post after the second game loss to your Miami Heat? What did he post?
He's bleeping tired of being babied.
Babied. I'm being babied. I'm ready to play. I can play. I'm healthy enough to play. I'll wear a mask. I'm being babied. And I don't get it because it feels to me like he's being babied. It feels to me like we're still trusting the process in Philadelphia, and the process says long-term, not short-term.
Yes.
The process is saying, let's focus on next year and the next year and the next year instead of the next game, which is obviously a Game 3 at the Heat that's going to be 50-50. Probably you have to give the edge to the Heat in that game, right?
Skip, let me ask you this, though. I know he's cleared concussion protocol, but the eye surgeon, the guy that performed that surgery, has he cleared Joel Embiid?
Is it an eye surgeon? I don't know. Do you remember, was your guy an eye surgeon?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because this is just a facial bone. It's not inner eye now. It's not your retina or your cornea.
It's the ball. Your eye sits in a socket.
Okay.
I blew the floor out.
Yeah.
My eye dropped a couple of millimeters.
Okay, well then that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to go in there, now the eye sits on the titanium plate. So I'm telling you, Skip, now 3 weeks, I did not come back. The season was over. He's 1 day past that.
Yep.
Now he's going to go. Now, we know the history of him and Hassan Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk, we know he throwing balls, he's trying to get everything into the ball. Is that what you want to chance that, Skip?
I would. That's just me, because every game has injury risk to it, and you just close your eyes and go forward.
No, you see, and here's the thing. Even though guys know the risk, they put them in there, then you come back and you sue the guy, something happens. Well, you should have protected me from myself. I agree. You know what? As I look back at it and I look at his injury and see how when he had the surgery and where he is now, I think there's a great chance he's not playing in Game 3. He's not playing in Game 4. I feel 85-90% he's not playing this series.
I still think Philly can barely win this series in 7 games without him. But I got to tell you, the Heat are for real. They're a legitimate threat. That they play hard. They play smart. They're well coached. They're well managed by Pat Riley. They play playoff style, extreme defense. That was extreme defense I saw.
It's hard for me to believe, Skip. Can you win a game? They won Game 1 without Joel Embiid. It's hard for me to believe, Skip, you can win a series. Teams that and without your best player.
Yep.
Now, it looks like the Celtics might be able to pull this off without Kyrie, but this is a different animal.
Once again, that could be more about the Bucks than the Celtics. It could be.
Could be.
All right.
Could be.
So the irony of Joel Embiid is that the more serious injuries, not that this isn't serious, but he's got a foot issue that is going to be ongoing, a problem, could be career threatening.
Yeah.
He has had back issues that could be career threatening.
Yes.
So if you told me it's just the foot or the back, I'm like, I got you. You should be arch conservative here, highly patient with that. This is different. And yet, I read a story on ESPN.com yesterday that went like third-level stats on how good Joel Embiid is.
Yeah.
And I walked away from reading this thinking, this guy has already become maybe the most dominant player in basketball. I'm including Kevin Durant, LeBron James, whoever else you want to throw in there. Ben Simmons, most dominant player in basketball.
You look at their net efficiency.
Yeah.
When he's on the court with Ben Simmons, Saric, Covington, and J.J. Redick, they're plus 21.
That's a
the
great
depth
stat.
lineup
Starting
last
five.
year of the Golden State Warriors with Iggy into the starting lineup was plus 20.
And how about your LeBron lineup with Kyrie and that starting five the year before they came from 3-1 down? They were a plus 12.5.
So think about that.
So the Embiid starting five is better than the last two champions.
Skip.
Wow, interesting.
And I get it, but when you look at it, I mean, and I know he wants to play. And when you lose a ball game, you're the best player. You always feel there's something that you could do to help the team win. But the doctor's going to err. The doctors, I don't believe he's cleared medically. He's cleared concussion protocol. But that guy that performed that surgery on that eye, like, nah, bro, you're not going to put my medical license at risk.
Maybe not. One final stat from that article yesterday. If you look at the defensive side, that again, this is a third-level stat, but when Joel Embiid, again, he didn't let's just put this in this perspective. He played 63 of 82 games. When he did play, he averaged 30 minutes. So it's not like huge minutes, but reasonable minutes. So as the closest defender to a play this season, for the whole season, he limited the opposing players to an effective field goal percentage of 41%. That was the best in the NBA. And when he was on the floor, the Sixers vaulted it as an interior defensive team from 9th best to 1st best. Well, that's extraordinary impact.
He's skilled.
He's putting up Wilt Chamberlain kind of numbers on offense in limited minutes. And he's lifting the starting five up to a net that's beyond the last two champions. So this is off the charts what he can do for a team when he comes on the floor because, as we know, just in intangibles, just in attitude, swag, however you want to, he's not afraid of anybody.
It's still their big team. You got 7'2" Embiid. You got 6'11" Simmons. You got Covington. You got Saric. So they got length.
Saric and Ilyasova are 6'10".
So they can challenge. They can challenge you at the rim. And then they've turned themselves into a three-point shooting team. Okay, the shots aren't falling. If you got 7'2", there's nobody can deal with him one-on-one, Skip. We've never seen an offensive talent like this. Maybe guys that were better, Elijah Wan had the moves. Wilt was more athletic. But Skip, they couldn't shoot that three-pointer like he can.
That's true.
This dude is special. So I get it. I don't even think, if he's playing, Skip, I don't even think this series is close. I think they would sweep him. But they got their hands full now.
Which is why I picked the Sixers to win the East and beat your team in 7 games. And it would be
we got our hands full right now. We ain't worried about the Sixers. We got our hands full.
Okay. But again, if you get by Indiana, I think you'll get by who would be next?
Baby dinosaurs.
Yeah, this.
You see how they play and Skip on DeMar DeRozan cooking. But I don't know what I don't know what they're gonna do. They need to break that up, Skip.
I think they need to break it up.
They need to break that up.
I agree. Troubled team.
Remember, this isn't the first injury that Joel Embiid's had to that eye either.
Yeah, he had one in Kansas, but I think that was an actual got raked in the eye.
I agree with you, Skip. The feet and the back's gonna be a problem because this man is 24 years of age.
Yeah, but
he's gonna get older.
You need your eyes to play basketball.
Oh yeah, but and you don't want it because here's the thing, Skip. The eye's probably sitting on a plate. That thing's not healed. He takes another elbow to the eye, a head to the eye, and then what?
Gotta be careful.
Ain't a whole lot of one-eyed basketball players.
Did you wear a mask when you played in the Pro Bowl?
I had a shield.
Okay.
I had a shield.
Yeah.
All right.
Could the Brady and Belichick feud be all about money? We'll discuss that next.